Hi friends! Welcome to Mountain Song Design's knitting tutorials. Today I'm going to show you the Kitchener stitch. Now this technique that I'm going to show you can be used on things that are worked flat or on the toe of a sock. There is one tiny difference, and I'll show that to you, between knitting flat and knitting the toe of a sock. This is on ribbing. You'll see here I have ribbing just to show you what Kitchener stitch looks like on ribbing. However, this obviously can be used on stockinette very easily. It's what it's intended for, but I like it with this as well. So here we go. You need a tail of yarn. It needs to be at least 4 times as wide as this. Now, this is only about 1.5 inches, so I have probably double the 4 times. So I have closer to 8 to 12 inches. So I have plenty of room to weave in my ends at the end. If you have a lot more stitches, you can probably get closer to that 4 times the width. This simulates a cute little strap. You might have a strap you put on a bag or a shirt, a little tank top. But this will work the same for this as it would for the toe of a sock. You will be working from the right to the left, so you need 2 needles with the stitches that need to be grafted together. You need to have wrong sides together. You need the right side out. When you're working a toe of a sock, this first step I'm going to show you, you don't need to do because your working yarn will be coming from this stitch. However, in this case, since my strap needs to go to the body of my work, I can't start with the working yarn coming from the stitch that's near me. So all I'm going to do is come back here and do the very last step of the Kitchener, which is to knit. So I knit through that first stitch, and that's it. Now I'm ready to work. This is how you would start the toe of a sock, or our process here. Okay, say it with me. Knit, purl, purl, knit. That's all there is to this. We are going to knit and remove the first stitch, then purl and leave on the second stitch. Then we're going to go back here to our other needle and purl and remove the first stitch, then knit and leave on the second stitch. So knit, purl, purl, knit. Here we go. So knit and remove, and then purl. Leave it on. Now, since it's our first one and we've been putting this around here, I'm going to tighten that up just a little bit to keep our tension correct, and then come to our back needle. Purl and remove, knit and leave on. Okay, that's all there is to it. Sometimes you have to make sure that these stitches don't get on top of each other, just to make it easier on yourself later. Knit and remove purl, purl and remove, knit. Again, knit and remove purl, purl and remove, and knit. That is all there is to it. You can see how this is looking. Now I'll do a couple more stitches and then I'll show you what it looks like in garter. Knit and remove purl, purl and remove, knit, knit, remove purl, purl, remove, knit, knit, oh, just one knit, remove purl, purl, remove, knit, okay, knit, remove purl, purl, remove, knit. Okay, I'm going to pause here because we only have 2 stitches per needle left. So we could do our knit, remove, purl, purl, remove, knit, and then knit and a purl. Sometimes you'll see that. However, I find that if you omit that extra step like we omitted at the beginning, it makes for a cleaner edge. It makes a nice line. So what we're going to do with these last 2 stitches, it's really simple. Knit and remove, purl and remove. Then I'm going to pull that through. This is a little tricky. You have to kind of keep track of your needles and your yarn there. Purl and remove, knit, and also remove. Okay, I put this back on, and let's see. So when you're done, all you have to do is come in here. You can finish it off in whatever way best suits you. I'll do mine like this. But you can make it blend in to this edge, and of course weave in your ends as normal. So let's look at this. When you have the ribbing, not garter, ribbing, it's about a half a stitch off. So it doesn't quite line up. I've seen people do Kitchener stitch in a ribbing. That's a personal preference. I like this. Also, keep in mind when we omit the extra steps that you will sometimes see, it keeps a nice flat edge, and also on the toes of your socks, doing it with this in this way, it keeps you from having these corners poking out of your toes. So I like this. I hope that you enjoyed learning the Kitchener stitch with me. I hope it works for you, and I hope you really enjoy it. I use this all the time, and I hope you do too. Thanks for joining me. Bye.